Hi, Jared.
Morning, Rhodes.
Good morning. Good morning, all. We thought we'd get together this morning and have a chat about the importance of planning.
Yeah, talking with Lisa, our colleague, yesterday. She's had a bit of spare time up her sleeve over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Well, not really. She's been working hard, but she's had a bit of time to reevaluate. What her plans are for the next few years, next wee while with her partner. So our clients are the same, I'm sure, sitting around home, talking to each other, thinking, are they on track? Have they got any, a big hairy goals they want to achieve, or have they reassessed their goals and reduced their planned expenses and all sorts of things? So it's interesting times.
Yeah, I've had a couple of referrals as well, people who are thinking about selling farms, wanting to get out of farming, or in one case, and just coming up to major milestones. And some of their advisors have picked up that they just don't really know where to turn. They don't have a plan and they don't know how to start. They don't know who they need to talk to. Um, they're stuck.
Mm,
And I always thought one of the most rewarding things about our job as financial advisors was not the investing side of things, which we tend to sort out well ahead of time. We're fully diversified. That's our investment solution. But the idea of a life plan. I remember one of my first clients. I was sent off to go and prospective clients. I was sent off to go and talk to them about their investments, but they needed something quite different. They needed a life plan, and over the next 3 or 4 months, I put a life plan together with them, and it turned out to be invaluable. And 10 years later, they were still talking about how important it was, that initial life plan. They called it their life plan. And again, and in Christchurch too, another early client, one of my very first clients, wanted a plan, and for nearly 15 years they were following. They were developing that plan. So hugely rewarding.
mm. And I think it's to reiterate what you say, it's the best part of our job. You get into the clients. We know them for a long time. You really understand what makes them tick, what makes them what they want to achieve, and everyone's different. We've got 4 advisors in Christchurch and Dunedin, and we have plenty of capacity to learn as much as we can about our clients and what they want for their kids and their grandkids and their pets and their charities and things like that. So it is really neat. But like any plan, plans change, or they need to change. And I'm sitting in a house that I built with my wife 5 or 6 years ago. Gee, I'd love to have a metre extra on my garage about now. Love to have a separate laundry, so I can't go back and do that with my house. But when it comes to these life plans, or what we'd probably call a financial plan in the jargon world, is that it's they need to be adaptable. And when you get things thrown at you, uncertainties, unexpected events, which we'll all have over the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years, there'll be surprises in there. You've got to have a plan that's adaptable. And I think taking time to sit down with your partner or your husband, wife, family, and take stock, reevaluate is always a good thing to do every 2 or 3 years.
What do you think one of the most meaningful questions that you would put to a couple that came to you wanting a life plan or a financial plan?
Putting them on the spot, I'd probably say, where are you going to live?
Yeah, that's the first one, of course.
And hopefully they both have either figured that out or had that discussion. It's always interesting when one person says Central Otago and the other person says on the coast.
More Raki, yeah.
Yeah, so it makes up for good conversations. Where do you want to live? What do you want to do? What are you gonna do every day? 40 hours a week working. You can't just replace that with 40 hours a week of golf.
No.
Some would love to, but most
Mm.
people wouldn't. Mm.
Well, and that, to be fair, that's the subject of the research we did. Life after farming. It was about planning major milestones. And I mean, that group of farmers that we interviewed, they were quite clear that any planning and thinking and talking and discussion and reading and thinking about the transition would be really have helped them hugely in that transition from farm to life after farm.
Mm.
So why don't we make 2020 the year of the financial plan, Jared?
Happy to. I'm biased, of course, because we're in the business of financial plans. But there's the old saying: if you're failing to plan, you're planning to fail, and that's same in business, same in retirement, same on the sports field, same anywhere. So I think 2020 and beyond should always be the year of planning. But
Should we leave it there?
let's wrap it up there.
Yeah. Thanks very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jared.
Cheers.
Bye.